up, everybody? Today we are going to be doing our read alouds. So you may be wondering, you missed no read alouds whatsoever. The read aloud day 27 had trouble posting. It posted itself without anyone saying this posted. We have this much time to post the video or something like that. So I'm doing the daily news, by the way. And anyways, the read aloud day 27 was posted 3 days ago, but it was posted 22 hours ago. So that basically means that I wanted it to be posted 3 days ago, but instead it posted yesterday. So that still makes it 4 read alouds, if that makes sense. So we're going to do our read alouds. So we have our casual Roderick rules, our natural resources, and Frog and Toad together. Actually, our last page of this book. So last time we read our Roderick rules, we read about how Dad regrets getting Roderick grounded and his rules. So if you guys remember that, satisfied in their world. Dad ended Roderick's punishment 2 weeks early because he was going bonkers listening to loaded diaper practice every day. So tonight, Roderick went to his friend Ward's for the weekend. With Roderick out of the house, that meant the basement was free, so I invited Rolly over to spend the night. Me and Rolly brought a bunch of candy and a soda. Rolly brought his portable TV. We even managed to get our hands on a couple of Roderick's horror movies. So we were all set, but with Mom came downstairs with Manny. Okay, came to join you! So Manny's gonna come and ruin the sleepover. If you're wondering why I'm going like this, I'm making sure you guys can see it. The only reason Mom dumped Manny on us was so he could spy and tell her if we were doing anything wrong. Every single time I've had a sleepover, Manny had ruined it. Last time Rolly slept over was the worst. Manny must have gotten cold in the middle of the night, so he crawled into Rolly's sleeping bag to get warm. So that's terrifying. Rolly. That freaked Rolly out enough to make him go home early, and he hasn't been back to spend the night ever since. It looked like Manny was going to ruin another sleepover. Me and Rolly couldn't watch our horror movies with Manny around. We decided to just play board games instead. But I'm a little sick of board games, and besides, Rolly was kind of driving me crazy. He needed to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes, and whenever he would come back downstairs, he'd kick the pillow across the room. Booyah! It might have been funny for the first couple times, but then it really started getting on my nerves. So the next time Rolly went upstairs to the bathroom, I played a prank on him. I put one of Dad's dumbbells underneath a pillow, and sure enough, the next time Rolly came downstairs, he gave a big kick. Well, that did it. Rolly started bumbling like a baby, and I couldn't quiet him down. And all with the racket Rolly was making, Mom came downstairs. Oh no, Gregory's in trouble. Mom took a look at Rolly's big toe, and she seemed pretty concerned. I think Mom's sensitive about Rolly getting injured in our house after the tinfoil ball incident. Do you guys remember that? I remember. So she drove him right home. I was just glad she didn't ask how it happened. As soon as Mom and Rolly walked out of the house, I knew I better start working on Manny. Manny saw me put that dumbbell under the pillow, and I knew he would tell Mom what I did. So I came up with an idea to keep him from stitching. I packed some bags and told Manny I was going to run away from home, so I didn't have to face Mom for what I did. Then I walked out the door and acted like I was leaving for good. Goodbye. Oh, family. Goodbye. 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 I got the idea from Roderick. He used to pull that same kind of thing on me when he did something bad, and I knew I was going to tell on him. He would act like he was running away, and 5 minutes later he would just walk back inside. And by that time, I was ready to forgive him for whatever he did. So after I told Manny I was leaving home, I shut the door and waited outside for a few minutes. And when I opened the door, I expected to find him crying in the foyer, but Manny wasn't there where I left him. I started walking around the house looking for him, and guess where he was? Down in the basement eating my candy. Anyway, if letting Manny eat my candy is the price I have to pay to keep him quiet, I can live with it. So there's Manny eating the candy. And that is our Roger rules. Now, let's read our natural resources. The last time we read was very tricky to read. We had read these two poems, these books, right here and right here. And they were really hard to read. And you guys were supposed to pick, if the comments were turned on that video, what one you agreed on. Which one do you agree on? Clean burning corn is America's future? Or keep corn in the cob and not in my car? One. So which one do you guys agree on? Comment down below. On this video or the one video when we read it. Paul Bunyan and the Great Popcorn Blizzard. So this is we're going to read this. It's not that very long, but let's get to reading. Way back in the olden days, Paul Bunyan traveled through the great Midwest with a sidekick, Babe the Blue Ox. At that time, the land was covered with forests as far as the eye could see. Pioneers wanted to settle in farmland, so Paul and Babe helped them out. The two began to clear the woods. With one swing of Paul's mighty axe, more than a dozen trees would fall like dominoes. Then Babe would haul away the logs so that later could be used to build homes. Soon Paul was hiring hundreds of men to help him clear the Midwestern forests. He and his men called themselves lumberjacks. One spring, Paul and his team cleared great oak trees from the forests of Loa so that the farmers could plant corn. When summer came, the weather was so hot you could fry eggs on a rock. The corn stalks grew as tall as trees. The corn kernels grew so large that they looked like balloons about to burst. Paul's lumberjacks complained it was much too hot to work. On a certain day when the temperature was above 110 degrees, the corn started popping. All across Loa, corn kernels popped out of their ears. Soon, the entire state was covered with popcorn 13 feet deep. Well, the lumberjacks thought it was a snowstorm. They ran outside, put their jackets and gloves on, and came back to play in the snow. They made snowmen out of the popcorn and had popcorn fights. Later on, the men had a good laugh when they realized that during the Great Popcorn Blizzard, everyone forgot how hot it really was. So, basically, it was really hot that they could actually pop popcorn in the air. And I think that's pretty sick. Popcorn on the go? Heck yeah! So that was our natural resources. And they basically acted like it was snow. So we have our last chapter of Frog and Toad together. So let's read it and enjoy. So last time we read our Frog and Toad together, we read about the cookies. Wait, no, wait, that's the wrong one. It was Dragons and Giants, where they tried to prove that they were brave. So now we're reading about the dream chapter. Toad was asleep, and he was having a dream. He was on stage, and he was wearing a costume. Toad looked out into the dark. His frog was sitting in the theater. A strange voice from far away said, "Presenting the greatest Toad in all the world." So he's in a dream. It's not actually real. Toad took a deep bow. Frog looked smaller as he shouted, "Hooray for Toad! Toad will now play the piano very well," said the strange voice. Toad played the piano. Gosh. Piano. Why did I have such a hard time reading it? Oh my god. Piano. And he did not miss a note. "Frog!" cried Toad. "Can you play the piano?" Oh my gosh. Piano like this. "No," said Frog. It seemed to Toad that Frog looked even smaller. "Toad will now walk on a high wire and he will not fall down," said the voice. "This is very dangerous." Toad walked on the high wire. "Can you do tricks like this?" So look, he got smaller. "No," Pete Frog. who looks very, very small. Why is he so tiny? He's like Kermit size. By the way, if you're wondering why I said Kermit, it's on my channel. Go check it out. Link in the description. Let's go. Toad will now dance, and he will be wonderful," said the voice. "Frog, can you be as wonderful as this?" said Toad, as he danced all over the stage. There was no answer. "Frog, can you be as wonderful as this?" said Toad, as he danced all over the stage. There was no answer. Toad looked out into the theater. Frog was so small that he could not be seen or heard. "Frog," said Toad, "where are you?" There was still no answer. "Frog, what have I done?" cried Toad. Don't worry, Toad, this is just a dream. I almost lost the page. Then the voice said, "The greatest Toad will now..." He's getting pretty angry. "Shut up!" screamed Toad. "Frog, Frog, where have you gone?" Toad was spinning in the dark. "Come back, Toad! Frog!" he shouted. "I will be lonely." So he's looking all over the theater. "I'm right here," said Frog. Frog was standing near Toad's bed. "Wake up, Toad," he said. "Frog, is that really you?" said Toad. "Of course it is me," said Frog. "And are you your own right size?" said Toad. So he woke up now. "Yes, I think so," said Frog. Toad looked at the sunshine coming through the window. "Frog," he said, "I'm so glad that you came over." "I always do," said Frog. Oh, I love their friendship. It's so cute. Then Frog and Toad ate a breakfast. Then Frog and Toad ate a big breakfast, and after that, they spent a fine, long day out together. So they're playing leapfrog, and we finished. That was Frog and Toad together. I hope you guys enjoyed the read aloud, and I hope you guys enjoyed the last chapter of that. I'll see you guys later.